Computer Engineering Department of NIT Patna. So he is currently Assistant Professor in Computer Science. He received his PhD from NIT Kurukshetra, and he has authored over 100 peer-reviewed journal conference publications. Dr. Singh has authored 3 books and edited 5 books by the internationally recognized publishers such as Springer and Elsevier. Presently, Dr. Singh is Associate Editor of IEEE Access, IET Image Processing, Telecommunication System, Springer, Journal of Intelligence System, and etc. He has edited various international journal special issues as a guest lecturer. He has edited multimedia computing, communication and application, ACM transaction, internet technology, IEEE consumer electronics magazine, multimedia tools and application. He has obtained the membership of several international academic organizations such as ACM and IEEE. His research interests included multimedia data hiding, image processing, biometric, and cryptography. Now, I would like to request Dr. Amit to start his presentation and give his valuable word to us.
Okay, thank you, sir. I thanks to all organizing team who has given me this opportunity. And hello everyone, everybody. Very good afternoon. And today I will start my presentation on patient information security through watermarking for smart healthcare. Okay. So
Amit ji, one more request.
yeah.
Actually, it was already very late. Previous lecture due to some technical problem. So if you will bind up early, our participants will benefited with your
Okay, okay,
lecture.
I will try my best.
Thank you, thank you.
So our talk outline is divided into 2 parts, and firstly, basically, we will start the introduction with image watermarking and what are the interesting applications and basic embedding and extraction process. And in the first part, we will discuss some spatial and transform domain techniques such as DFT, DCT, SVD, and DWT. And what are the state of the art approaches? Because I am working in this area, so we can discuss some state of the art approaches which has been already published in some good journals. And what are the current trends of watermarking, not in a only healthcare domain, but also in other domains. So we can discuss this, and we can discuss some potential issues, and based on these potential issues, any researchers can develop some efficient watermarking techniques. Okay. So first I will start my presentation. What are the relevance of watermarking? You know that, friends, due to smart healthcare system is highly connected to the internet technologies, and valuable digital information, you can say this is the electronic patient record, and their significant medical record are easily transmitted over the public networks. Okay. And the personal patient information and clinical records are also stored on existing databases and local server of the hospital and healthcare centers. Okay. So this information not only provide a reference for a healthcare professional to make correct decision on a patient, but also provide a basis for other professionals to make effective treatment and develop future plan for correct diagnosis. So in addition, the medical databases may be used by the various research community for different direction of research without the possibility of privacy violation. Obviously, there are numerous standard and guidelines issued by the different organization are given. but none of the issued mandate or guideline have completely addressed to all the security issues. Further, identity theft and copyright violation, misuse of personal and medical information is being made every day in our life. You know, friends, identity theft is increasingly 21st century problem, and some research survey established that it is the largest contributor to the fraud in India and other countries. And the recent case we can see in the last few months, coronavirus has been declared as a global health emergency and caused a major economic and social damage. Okay. So in this period, the huge amount of collected data to combat COVID-19 pandemic raised many security and privacy concerns. So aiming to guarantee the security of e-patient record in the transfer process, the integrity authentication of them is extremely important. So therefore, friends, copyright protection and content authentication of this medical data is a major challenging task for smart healthcare. So data hiding techniques is a hide data into cover image, okay, for the purpose of identification, annotation, and copyright. You can see this figure, this prison problem. This prison problem say that Alice and Bob are, this is the classical model of data hiding in terms of prisons problem. So two person, Alice and Bob, are arrested in some crime and they are sent into the different cell. And Wendy, this is the warden, and has arbitrated all communication between them, which act as a hindrance to their escape plan. Okay. If any suspicious communication is detected by the warden, she will inhibit the exchange of all the message and place them in a solitary confinement. So both parties must communicate invisibly in order to arouse the warden's suspicion. So in this situation, what happened? In this situation, Alice creates a picture of blue cow and lying in a green meadow and send this piece of art to the other person. Okay. So the warden has no idea about the color of the object, and the picture are easily transmit the information to the person. Okay. So from this example, data hiding techniques are very useful. So digital watermarking and steganography, there are two types of data hiding techniques. Where steganography refers to the hiding of secret message inside the other message in order to avoid other to detect or decode it. And however, digital watermarking is a technique where the data called watermark is embedded into the host image. It can be any multimedia information, it can be image, it can be audio, video, or text document. But the two most important property is robust and invisibly at the same time. Okay, so there are a lot of difference between steganography and watermarking. So some basic differences are the watermarking system are restricted only to hide information of a digital object, whereas the steganography system can be used to hide any information. So we can say simply steganography is focusing on imperceptibility, however watermarking is focusing on robustness property. So what are the major advantages? Some are the very good advantages of watermarking in the medical fields. You can see ownership identification and confidentiality of the data is maintained because we can hide the medical information, significant information into the cover image. Further, we can protect against tampering. We have a suitable tampering techniques. Tempered, if your data is tempered, we can recognize this by some techniques. A smaller storage space is required for storing the image related to the record together, as this record is embedded inside the image. When we are embedding some information into the cover, it is the we can reduce also the bandwidth requirement. And one of the main important property you can see here, the hidden watermark can be play as the role of keywords. This is based on which efficient archiving and data retrieval from query mechanism take place. Okay. So it provides a potential solution of the data management issue also, because this data management issue, we can divide our data into robust and non-robust data, and based on the robust and non-robust data, we can embed into the different position of the cover images. Fine, student? Fine, friends? So what are the major characteristics? Some of the major characteristics, you know, this triangle and robustness, imperceptibility, and capacity. These are the three major factor of any watermarking system. So robustness means you can say this data should be resistant to any kind of attacks. Hidden data should be resistant to any kind of attack. However, imperceptibility can be considered as measure of perceptual transparency of watermark. Okay, means you can say watermark should be done in such a way that we cannot degrade the quality of images. Okay, and the capacity is simply an amount of information, and it can be embedded into the cover. So in some application, a large number of information need to embed in this cover images. So these three parameters, basic parameter, are trade-off to each other. We need to balance them. Security is another important parameter. Actually, robustness and security, these are the two different things. Robustness means you can say at the time of embedding and extraction, some image processing noise may occur. But in the security means you can say some unauthorized person can destroy your watermark. So security of the watermark implies that the watermark should be difficult to remove or alter without damaging the cover images. Okay. Computational cost is also very important, because embedding time and extraction time is very important in some applications. And key restriction is the other important parameter, and some watermark method create a unique key for each piece of data, and each require the owner of the data to maintain a database key. Now we can say these are some interesting application, and these application are telemedicine and many more application. But I will discuss only one application. These are the chip and hardware protection. Watermarking not only play a major role in these application, military, copyright protection, digital forensics, remote education, and telemedicine application, but also in hardware level. Okay, because vendor ownership security, you know that this is a very frequent problem encountered as a part of IP core protection, and it is dealt with through solutions such as watermarking. And this digital watermarking for hardware design protection is an emerging area of research that has gained a prominence recently in a computer-aided design and very large-scale integration community. So this technique has recently been extended to provide protection against false claim of ownership and IP core privacy. And the technique can be embedded in the different level of hardware design and abstraction based on the designer choice, and where each level of imposing different trade-off choice and design overhead. Okay. Now this is the general framework of the watermark. You can see this figure. There are three input in a sender side. This is the cover media, secret key, and watermark. We can embed all these information and send in the network. And at the receiver side, this is the reverse of that process. Now, what are the spatial and transform domain techniques? Spatial and transform domain technique, according to software-based watermarking system, spatial and transform domain approaches are used to embed watermark. Okay. The research established that the spatial domain technique are very easy and embed secret information. but these techniques are highly vulnerable to the even small cover modification. Okay, so anyone can simply apply the signal processing technique in order to destroy entire secret information. So in many cases, even a small resulting out of lossy compression system lead to total information loss. So however, the embedding of information in transform domain provide a greater robustness. So there are a lot of differences. The popular techniques of that transform domain techniques, you can see here, DWT, DCT, SVD, and DFT. Now, anybody know what are the basic need of image transform? You know, you can see image transform is extensively used in where? In the image processing and image analysis. And it is tool that allow us to move from time domain to frequency domain. And the transformation, this is the important point, then this do not change the information content present in the signal. Okay. So you can see this figure, this prism figure. Let person X is on the left hand side of the prism, however person Y is on the right hand side of the prism. Person X see the light as a white light, whereas the person Y see the light as a combination of 7 colors. Okay, so person Y getting more information than the person X by using this prism. So same concept can be applied in the transform tool. So similarly, a transform tool that allow us to extract more information from the signal. So here person X is the time domain, however person Y is a frequency domain. Now this is the some concept of DFT. Hope everybody if you want, then I can skip this PPT, DFT, DCT, and all things. Otherwise, we can go ahead with this slide. What are your... We can explain it. Okay, so DFT, you can see this is the equation given as discrete Fourier transform is very important, and this is a this frequency transform is what? This frequency transform is the dot product between real signal and various frequency of sine wave. Okay, and this DFT have very useful properties such as rotation property, correlation property, scaling property, shifting property, and many more. But you know, this is the very poor energy compaction property and it is complex. What are the meaning of energy compaction property? Anybody? So energy compaction property is that we can able to present whole images with a lesser number of coefficients. So this is the energy compaction property, but it has very poor energy compaction property. You can see equation number 2. This is GMN of, this is, we are going to study about images. So G of Mn is equal to 1 by Mn. This is K is equal to 0 to M by M minus 1 and L is equal to 0 to N minus 1. Where G of KL, you can see this is the original image and G of Mn is a transformed image. So e ke power minus j 2 pi Kmn by M, capital M, and Ln by capital N. But how can we write the discrete Fourier transform in a matrix form? So we have equation Ux alpha is equal to 1 by N. We are presenting here the some transform domain technique because these transform domain techniques are very useful in watermarking. So we will study some. So 1 by N exponential of minus j 2 pi x alpha by N. You can see x value takes from 0 to 1 and n minus 1 along each column. However, alpha takes the same value along each row. You know that the matrix is consist of row and column value. So What are the 2D transform? 2D transform is a image G is given as UGU. Okay. So what is U? U should be determined. U will be determined for each metric. For example, 2 cross 2 or 4 cross 4 images. So we have given one question, determine the constant P, Q, RS and T such that 2D DFT of signal f of Mn can be expressed as FKL is equal to P and so you know what is the P? P can be compared with equation number 2. So P is what? P is 1 by Mn, okay? So in this way, we can compare Q is M minus 1, R is N minus 1, and so on. We can compute S and T. How can we determine it? How can we determine this frequency matrix, this DFT of 4 cross 4 images? Here we can see 4 cross 4 images. The first entry of this is the 0, 0, okay? First entry will be 0, 0. So we can put here, we can put by the previous PPT 1 by n exponential of minus j 2 pi x alpha n. So by this, we can put here 1 by n, this is 1 by 4, this is 4 cross 4 matrix and e to power minus j 2 pi 4 into 0. So all value, all this first row will be 0, 0, okay, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, like this. So we can apply the value of x and alpha, where x takes the value 0 to n minus 1 and alpha also takes the value 0 to n minus 1. And recall this some formula. So 4 cross 4 images, we can evaluate E is equal to 1 by 4 and this matrix. This is the standard matrix for 4 cross 4 image. In the similar way, we can apply this formula 2 cross 2 and 8 cross 8 images. Okay, these are the some question I can discuss, but due to some time limitations, we cannot discuss. We will skip this one. Now the discrete cosine transform. Okay, discrete cosine transform, you know, this is the block-based coding and much easier to compute, and it divide an image into the 3 different parts, low, mid, and high part. So it have very good property, data decorrelation property, but it suffer from the blocking artifacts. You know, friends, what is the blocking artifacts? It has very good energy compaction property. So blocking artifacts means overlapping of blocks, and this is a very common problem with DCT. And these artifacts appear as a regular pattern of visible block boundary. And this degradation in direct results of what? Portion of quantization of the coefficient and the independent processing of the block. This does not take the account into the existing correlation among adjacent block. So what are the solutions? Solution of blocking artifact, we can apply some filtering to reduce the high frequency component near the block boundary. Okay. These are the DCT equation for matrix, any images, and PXY in equation number 1, we can see PXY is the original image. However, Dij is the transformed image, where Ci and Cj are the column, row and column, I value and j value. Cu is equal to 1 by root 2 if u is equal to 0 and 1 if u is greater than 0. So DCT matrix, just like a DFT, DCT matrix can be calculated. DCT matrix can be calculated as Tij is equal to 1 by root n when the value of I is equal to 0. However, under root 2 by n cos 2j plus 1 I pi by 2n if I is greater than 0. So for 2 cross 2 images, you can check this value for 2 cross 2 image 1 by root n, okay, because 1 by root 2. This is the 2 cross 2 matrix and 1 by root 2 because here I value is 0. In a both component I value is 0. This is 1 by root 2 and 1 by root 2. And here accordingly we can calculate by the formula. So DCT coefficient can be obtained by using what formula? D is equal to Tm transpose of T. What will be the M? M is your any DCT image. This is the image, any image, original image, and T is this image obtained for 2x2 image. So simply you can put this TM dash, the transpose of T, and obtain the DCT coefficients. Okay. Next one is the singular value decomposition. Singular value decomposition has very good energy compaction property. And this is a decomposition technique. And suppose we have an image, A is a M cross N matrix, and it can be divided into U, D, and B transpose. This U and B are orthonormal matrix, and D is a diagonal matrix. There are a very good property of singular values. The singular values sigma 1 to sigma n always be appear in a descending order in a diagonal matrix. Okay. And sigma 1 is only present to the whole images because most of the energy is concentrated at the sigma 1. So singular value are obtained by taking the square root of eigenvalue of A power A transpose and A transpose in A. Okay. Now this equation can be written as what? This equation can be written as A is equal to this U vector, your U, and these are the singular values in the form of sigma 1 to sigma n, and sigma 1 is largest values and sigma n is the lowest value, and B1 to V and T, this is the V vector. These are the some good property of this singular value. Sigma 1 to sigma n greater than 0 is always unique. However, the matrix U and V are not unique. Matrix U and V can be computed through the eigenvector of this A power T and A power T A respectively. So some popular applications of this SVD are image compression, face recognition, watermarking, and most of the techniques SVD is, most of researchers are using this SVD. You know, how can we find out this SVD? How can we find this singular value of that image? For example, A is given, this is the original image is given, and determine first step is to determine A power T and A. Okay. Transpose of A and A. After calculating, we can get X, and you know this find the eigenvalue of this matrix X, determine the determines the characteristic equation. You know characteristic equation X minus lambda I. So this X is you have determined in the previous step. However, this lambda is a identity matrix. So by this equation, we can calculate lambda value in terms of 18, 10, and 0. Then what will be the singular value here? These are the eigenvalue, na? What are the singular value here? You know, friends? What will be the singular value? Anyone? The singular value can be square root of eigenvalue. Please note it. Singular value is the square root of eigenvalue. Now in this continuation formation of eigenvector for each value of lambda, we know that there are 3 value of lambda, 18, 10, and 0. And we will always be present, we will always be arranged into the descending order. So lambda 1 will be 18 and lambda 3 will be 0. Okay. So for all the value of lambda, we will determine V0, okay, eigenvector, and this eigenvector in the form of V01, V02, and V03. After that, normalization of that eigenvector is required. This eigenvector is required in the form of Vi1 square plus Vi2 square and Vi3 square. This is the Vi. Because we have 3 value of lambda, so first value of lambda we have V0 is given, lambda is equal to 10, V1 is given, and lambda is equal to 0, V2 is given. In the similar way, we can determine the generation of U vector. This U vector can be calculated by the equation, and after calculating this, this is the Euclidean distance, okay? Under root x1 square plus x2 square. This is the Euclidean distance, and for 3 value U0, U1, and U2 is calculated. So our value will be this 1 by root 2, minus 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, and 1 by root 2, 0 and 0. So we can verify all the things, all the equation, because we have calculated u, we have calculated sigma, we have calculated v. So we can put this value into this equation and we can obtain a original one. Now the discrete wavelet transform, this is very popular technique in the current scenario of the watermarking. And this DWT separates an image into the set of 4 non-overlapping and multi-resolution subbands. And this is called as LL subband, HL subband, LS subband, and HS subband. And the process can be repeated to compute multiple scale. At the multiple scale of decomposition, we know that, friends, human eye are very much more sensitive to the low frequency part. Okay, low frequency part means LL part, LL subband. So the watermark can be embedded into the other 3 subbands to maintain better image quality. So if we need the robustness, we should our secret information keep in the LL subband. And if we need the imperceptibility, we can choose some 3 other subbands property. Okay. So there are some good property of that wavelet-based technique, this DWT. Multi-scale analysis. Multi-scale analysis means wavelet have non-uniform frequency spectra which facilitate multi-scale analysis. Multi-resolution representation means what? This is the property of wavelet transform can be used to exploit the fact that response of the human eye is different to high and low frequency components of an image. And these are reducing the blocking artifacts. DWT can be applied on entire image instead of block of images as DCT applied it, because DCT is a block-based technique. So DWT can be applied to the entire image without imposing the block structure. Okay, so we can reduce the blocking artifact. And space frequency localization, this used analysis of edge and texture areas. This is the flexible and easily adaptable to the given set of images. Okay. The HARP wavelet is the simplest wavelet of wavelet family. We know that. So how can we calculate is in the discrete form? HARP wavelet are related to the mathematical operation, and most of the researchers are using this HARP wavelet. So it is related to mathematical operation. This is called the HARP transform. And like all wavelet transform, HARP transform is decomposes a discrete signal into 2 sub-signal of half of its length. Okay, so one sub-signal is running average or trends. This is called the average signal, and other sub-signal is running difference or fluctuations. Okay, friend. So by this we can understand what are the concept. We have a concept is that suppose first level HARP transform, this is the main signal, is divided into 2 parts, A1 and D1. This A1 is the average signal and D1 is the signal made up of some fluctuations. And the trends can be, this A1 is defined as A1, A2 and AN2, where A1 is F1 plus F2 by root 2, A2 is F3 plus F4 by root 2, whereas D1 is F1 minus F2 by root 2 and D2 is F3 minus F4 by root 2. So generalized equation can be given as AM and DM, where M is equal to 1, 2, 3 and up to n by 2. Okay. So let us define this 8 value is given in the signal. Okay. This 8 value say 4, 6, 10, 12, this signal are given. So how can be divided? These are divided into A1. This A1 is given here minus this fluctuation signal. So these are the average signal and these are the signal fluctuation signal. So some advantages of this HARP wavelet is small fluctuation features, conservation of energy, compaction of energy. So how can we prove it? We can prove it by 8 value have the average magnitude is what? Average magnitude is 7. However, for the fluctuation, the average of its magnitude is 0.75 root 2. In a previous slide, you can see the previous slide. This original signal is converted into 2, na? 5 root 2, 11 root 2, 7 root 2, and this will obtain from the previous PPT, you know. This one, AM, DM is calculated by this equation. So, average magnitude having 7 and other fluctuation magnitude is this. That is what? That it is meaning is that the fluctuation value are an average of 6.6 times smaller than the magnitude of original values. Okay. Conservation of energy means conservation of energy, friends. You know, EF is equal to F1 square and Fn square. So EF is given as, this is the original signal. Our original signal was 46 something. So square of this signal, this is the 446. So the energy of F is 446. The same signal when are divided into two, A1 and D1. So we can also be calculated as, so we can see from this 446 is also obtained. So from this original signal, and when we are divided into average and fluctuation signal, means your energy is constant. Okay. Now what are the compaction of energy? We are always be speaking compaction of energy. This compaction of energy, suppose we have particle of mass m and has velocity something, v1, v2, v3. So kinetic energy, this is very famous formula, m by 2 vn square, v2 square and v3 square. So trains A1 is, you know, original signal was divided into two. This is the A1 part and this is the D1 part. So the energy A1 is when we are squaring each of the part. This is the 440. However, the fluctuation D1 is squaring each part. So this is 6. What it means? It means that the energy of trains A1 account for 98.7% of the total energy of the signal. Okay. So now we will start our second portion. This is the some notable watermarking techniques. So first watermarking technique is hybrid techniques for robust and imperceptible multiple watermarking using medical images. You can see this figure. Author proposed a secure multiple watermarking method based on DWT, DCT, and SVD. And for identity authentication purpose, the proposed method uses what? Medical images as an image watermark, and personal and some medical records of the patient as a text watermark. You can see this embedding process. The embedding process is cover medical image is decomposed up to second level DWT. Okay, and LL subbands of the cover image is transformed by DCT and SVD. The same process is also applied it for watermark. Okay, this is the watermark medical image is also transformed by DCT and SVD. So singular value of that cover images is modify the singular value of watermark image. Further, we can see the text watermark. Text watermark is embedded at the second level of high frequency subband. So this increase the security. Okay. What are the experimental setup and performance analysis? So different cover images of size is taken as for experimental purpose. However, patient report, this is called the APR data of size 50 character are used as a text watermark. Okay. This method was tested against various gain factors, size of the text watermark, various size of taken, various medical image modality are given and tested for the various attacks. And next further, this is also tested for checkmark. This is the standard benchmark software tool and the method is good for checkmarks attacks. The performance of proposed method also tested for subjective measure. This is also very important. The subjective measure means the quality of watermarked image after the embedding process is examined by some subjective method. Okay, so this method involved an expert, different expert from medical field and some students, and these people are examining the visual quality of watermark. And encryption and decryption process of EPR, because EPR watermark in the text format. So this is the character watermark. So before embedding into the cover images, this character watermark is encrypted via the equation where R and D are constant and R and D having some values. Okay. You can check this table. This table having robustness analysis against checkmark attacks, and all the table we can see that most of the value is greater than 0.7. However, some attacks are value below the 0.7, such as row and column removal, trimmed mean, and midpoint attack. Okay. Now the visual quality by subjective method is also, you can see at the 0.001, it is very excellent quality. However, at the 0.5, this is the very poor quality images. Now the conclusion of that method is, this is the multiple watermark is embedded. This multiple watermark is enhance the security capacity and reduce the bandwidth requirement. How can we reduce the bandwidth requirement, friends? Bandwidth requirement, because we are embedding multiple documents in a single document. So instead of sending the one by one document, we can embed it all the document in a single and we can send it. Okay. So in this way, we can reduce the bandwidth requirement. This encryption process also provides the extra level of security. And overall, the proposed method is improved robustness, capacity, and security compared to other existing method at the acceptable quality of watermark image. However, this performance of this watermark technique is highly depends on gain, size of watermark, and noise variations. Now the second technique is robust and imperceptible. This is the dual watermark for telemedicine application. And in this work, the effect of different error correction code on the robustness and imperceptibility of discrete wavelet transform and SVD are investigated. So text and image watermark are embedded into the cover images for the potential application in secure and compact medical data transmission. There are 4 error correcting codes are using here. Okay. So 4 error correcting codes are, this is the Hamming code, BCH code, Reed-Solomon code, and hybrid error correcting code, which consists of BCH and repetition code. Okay. So we will see the performance in terms of, these are the text watermark size is 20 character, watermark size is 256, and this is the image form, and cover image having size 512 cross 512. Security and robustness of text watermark is enhanced by using encryption and ECC also. The results are obtained by varying gain and size of the watermark and medical image modality. Also, the method was tested against attack and checkmark attack also. So you can see this robustness performance of this hybrid ECC, because they are investigating 4 types of ECC. So hybrid ECC, which consists of BCH and repetition code. So at the gain value, something 0.01, 0.05, and 0.09 and 1. And the different characters are taken here. The different characters means this is the 28 character, 84, and 140 characters. And all the value of mostly, all the value are greater than 27.5, 27 dB, because PSNR is always be presented in dB. At the first level decomposition, NC value is also given here. NC value for always be greater than 0.7, it is acceptable. And BR, last column is, you can see for 28, 84, and 140, all value of BR is 0. Now the robustness performance of ECC with Hamming coding, with BCH coding, and with Reed-Solomon coding and hybrid coding, we can conclude here hybrid coding is performed better than other coding techniques. Now this method is improved the robustness and imperceptibility as compared to DWT and SBT applied individually. Better performance of NC value, BR value can be reduced by applying this error correcting code. And the proposed method offered better capacity and robustness, reduce BR, and provide extra level security over the other reputed techniques. Now the third one is this is the multiple watermarking technique in a backpropagation neural network environments. Okay, so in this technique, using the DWT, DCT, and SBT, most important things is here the selective encryption and error correcting codes are using with the help with neural network. You can see this figure. This proposed technique initially decomposed the host image into third level DWT, where vertically frequency band LS2 at second level and low frequency subband LL3 at the third level DWT is selected for embedding images, okay, and text. This proposed method addresses the issue of ownership identity authentication. So dual watermarks are embedded instead of single watermark into the same multimedia objects, which offer the extra level of security. The robustness of the image is also enhanced by using backpropagation network. This is applied on the extracted watermark. Once the watermark image are extracted, after that backpropagation is applied to reduce the distortion effects. Okay, and this method is also reduce the channel-wise distortion. This is the ECC, and this is on the color images and very good property, very good techniques. There are a lot of techniques are combined here to propose this. Here the selective encryption concept, you know, selective encryption concept is where only the important part of multimedia data is encrypted. So what are the benefit of this? In this way, we can reduce the computational requirements. Not all part of this image will encrypt, only the part of the image, some part of the image will encrypt. So large size of multimedia contents while providing the confidentiality of the content at the same time. So their complexity is another major requirements of the watermarking system. So we can reduce the complexity by selective encryption also while confidentiality is maintained. So this setup is given, different types of watermark images given. Medical cover images, text watermark of size 100 character up to, and also this method is examined with subjective method. Okay. Now the experimental results, there are a lot of results has been given. This is the attacks are given, and these attacks show that we have good performance in terms of BER and NC value without BPNN, and with BPNN you can check. With BPNN, I think this all the value are maximum value are improving the NC value. However, BER value is 0 except some attacks. Okay. Now the value are this attacks. This technique is compared with 5 different techniques and found that this technique is good than other techniques. Okay. Also, subjective method is applied. Subjective method in terms of at the 0.01, this is the excellent quality. These different people are involved in the subjective method, and 0.12, this is the poor quality. Okay. So there are the optimal trade-off between robustness, imperceptibility, and capacity and security. The performance of the method is better than other reported techniques, and method is also address the health data management issues. Now next is the robust and distortion control dual watermarking in LWT. The concept of LWT instead of DWT, you know, LWT requires the less memory, okay? So reduce the aliasing effect and distortion. And fast, it is the good choice for what? This is the good choice for low computational complexity than conventional DWT. So it is established that complexity of that LWT is nearly half in comparison to the conventional DWT because of split and merge process. Okay, so you can see this figure. DCT also, you know, this is the good energy compaction property, and combination of LWT with DCT is a very robust technique. The signature, these different watermarks, this watermark is encrypted by MD5, and patient report is also, this is the text format. So patient report is encoded by BCH error correcting code, so reduce the channel distortion. Okay. Now, since the experimental setup are given, the text watermark of size 80 character are considered, okay, and host images of size 512 and 512, and watermark image size of 64 into 64. So before embedding, signature watermark is encrypted by MD5. However, patient report, this is the character form, is encoded by BCH code, and my PPT is visible to all? Sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay, the proposed method also has been extensively examined against numerous attacks, different medical and non-medical images, and different gain, different size of watermark, and also subjective method. Okay, so experimental results are given here in terms of BER, because we are comparing the extracted text watermark and embedded text watermark in terms of BER. However, NC is extracted watermark and original watermark. So all the value are acceptable, except when we are increasing the tax level. So our BER is given here, but performance is highly depends on the attack level also. Now the subjective quality at 0.02, this is the excellent quality. However, in 0.25, this is given the poor quality of images. Now this is the low complex. Because low complex, it is using the LWT method instead of DWT. So reducing the complex, distortion control, it have good PSNR performance, robust and secure color image watermarking for telehealth application. It has sufficient robustness and security while preserve the imperceptibility, and scheme is found superior and impressive compared to DWT based approaches. Okay. Our next technique is, this is the encryption then compression based technique. Okay. So encryption then compression based technique, major things is what are the importance of encryption then compression, what are the importance of compression then encryption, and importance of joint compression and encryption is very important. So here the methods are using encryption then compression technique. This helps for transferring the image more securely over the unprotected network. We know that the public network, so sender protects the privacy of data by encrypting it before handling over the network provider. Okay, so he also any network provider, he also compress the encrypted data without knowing the encryption key, so resulting in the reduced network traffic. Okay, you can check this encryption then compression concepts. So receiver will obtain the original data by performing joint decompression and encryption on the received data. So this method is suitable for two work plans. You can say first one, when the storage services provider wants to reduce the memory usage without any knowledge of the encryption key. Whereas the second part, you can say when there is a strong need to secure transmission through an untrusted channel provider. Okay. So this is the concept of encryption, then compression technique. This is the interesting things. This experiment conducted on various medical cover images, 100 medical cover images. Objective and subjective methods is used to evaluate the performance. This performance is also examined against numerous attacks, gain, and different modality. The encryption of that strength of the encryption algorithm is determined by this is NPCR and USCI. This is the very standard techniques to determine the strength of any encryption algorithm. This is the number of changing pixel rate and unified average change intensity. Okay. You can see this figure, this table. This table is show that this technique is going to. This is the chaotic and hyperchaotic technique. This chaotic technique is combined with Huffman, LZW, and hybrid of LZW and Huffman. And hyperchaotic is also combined with these compression techniques. So conclusion is that in some cases, chaotic techniques is good. However, in some cases, hyperchaotic techniques is good. This performance at different cover images are given here. Different cover images are used and different encryption then compression techniques are used. There are two, chaotic LZW and hyperchaotic LZW. So all the values are very good. This BER is 0 and however NC is nearly 1. PSNR value is always be greater than 27 dB. And SSIM is also other measure of that. This is the distortion level. We can calculate the distortion level of watermarked image after the embedding. And NPCR and USCI value you can see here. This is nearly 1, and research established that this USCI value is around 0.3 is very good for cover image of size 0.512 cross 512. Okay. Now here the comparison of chaotic LZW and hyperchaotic LZW. You can see PSNR performance of chaotic LZW is good. However, NC value of hyperchaotic LZW is good. Okay. The BER in both cases are 0. NPCR and USCI are nearly equal. However, SSIM is good in chaotic LZW. Now the subjective measure for this technique is calculated and examined at 0.001 to 5. And at 0.001, this is the excellent quality of image. However, in the 5, this is the very poor quality of image. So this is the conclude this method. This method is non-blind, robust, and imperceptible. To reduce the possibility of channel noise, text watermark is encoded into the Hamming code prior to the concealing into the cover image. However, encryption and compression on watermarked image, the confidentiality and compression performance of the proposed method is improved. Now the last technique, compression then encryption. That the previous technique was encryption then compression, and this technique is compression then encryption. Okay, and this is also a very good technique and published in IEEE Multimedia. This scheme is using compression then encryption techniques. The multimedia is first compressed before encrypting it. Its main aim is to what? Its main aim is to ensure the security of compressed data when it is being transmitted over the bandwidth constraint network. Okay. So this technique uses what? This technique uses generated watermark, where EPR data is first encoded using the turbo code. This turbo code is also very good performance compared to other traditional method like Hamming code, BCH code, Reed-Solomon code. Okay, so EPR, this turbo code giving the very good performance. So this is generated EPR watermark is inserted into the this RDWT is using here, RDWT and RSVD. This is the randomized singular value decomposition. And finally, the method is uses the compression then encryption, means SPIST. This is also a wavelet based compression, and stereo image using encryption. This is the SI encryption techniques. Okay. You know, friends, what are the major advantages of RDWT? This RDWT do not use the downsampling operation in the implementation. Okay, so no data or information loss occur during the forward and inverse transformation. Furthermore, you can see RDWT are shift invariant. Okay, so this property is what? This property means it enables us to have better reconstruction of image and found useful in many image processing applications. Okay, and randomized SVD, you know that this SVD have very high complexity. So randomized SVD have to reduce the complexity of SVD. This is the advanced version of SVD, and it has lower computational cost by reducing the sequential reads of input matrix. Okay, so it is highly parallelizable due to the scalable design. And SPIST is also a very good compression technique, because this is a wavelet based technique, and it is play a major role to improve the imperceptibility property of the watermark technique. In this technique, this one encryption technique is uses. This is called the step space filling curves. This is the non-linear chaotic map and SVD. So image are first scrambled using this step space filling curve, and further the pixel value are altered based on the coupling of what? Non-linear chaotic map with SVD. And this chaotic map is used to generate a random matrix. The singular value of this random matrix is then used to generate the very common terms Hankel matrix. Okay. So this Hankel matrix is responsible for encrypting the images and generating the final encrypted image by unifying the encrypted stereo images. Okay, so this image could be used for transmitting purpose at the receiver end. Inverse of that encryption process is followed to obtain the original image. So fusion of RDWT and randomized SVD is used for better robustness. Compression then encryption technique is used, and this is tested for also 100 medical images and non-medical images, and it is robust against various attacks. So the patient detail consists of 51 character and used as a text watermark, and this image is using as 256 cross 256. This is the watermark image. And same things, it has robust against the different attacks and different size of watermark, and tested on different medical and non-medical images. Performance is evaluated in various standard technique, PSNR, NC, and BER. And strength of the encryption algorithm is calculated by NPCR and USE. Sorry. So this is the performance analysis of different images in terms of PSNR, NC, BER, and SSIM. So we can see this table. The average value is 45.33 dB and C value is 0.9893. However, BR is 0. NPCR for 100 medical image is given 0.9965. It is very good. And USCI is also very good and within the acceptable limit. Now performance parameter for different attacks. This attacks is also, you can see 0.9995 is the largest NC value here. And cropping attacks, this is 0.22 only. This is the very not a good situation here. BR performance in some attacks, cropping attack, this is given 48% error. Okay. In image scaling and image histogram equalization. This is also a bad performance. So this is the conclusion of this last technique. This is the compression then encryption. This is based on dual watermarking. RDWT, RSBD, SPI-ST and stereo encryption techniques to ensure the robustness and security. The concept of turbo code is applied to encode the APR data before inserted into the image watermark. And this results show that good performance in terms of imperceptibility, robustness, and security. And this is also a better performance in terms of NC and BR value when compared to similar techniques. So in addition to the telemedicine application, healthcare application, this watermarking is applied in many areas. This is the dual security through watermarking and encryption. This is the for 3D objects, mobile devices in cloud and distributed environments, data mining environments, hardware level security. This is called protection of IP core and hardware design. What are the joint encryption and compression and watermarking, biometric watermarking, optimization based techniques, watermarking, and deep learning based and quantization image watermarking. So these are some current trends of watermarking, and anybody can choose the field and you can start in these fields. These are very emerging fields. But instead of addition to this, some potential issues we can discuss here. First point, you can see need to investigate approaches which will improve the multiple performance parameters simultaneously. Okay. So most of the techniques are improving one parameter. However, other parameter is loose. So we need to balance them. Security and computational complexity is also a very important parameter, but most of the researchers are avoiding it. While developing a new watermarking technique, it must be tested with all possible attacks and need to address data management issues. Okay. One main issue, the complete security of medical or non-medical, you can say overall multimedia data, and hide the significant information in minimum time are equally important. Okay. So real-time application, this is the hardware-based watermarking techniques should be developed. Okay, most of the techniques are software-based. Most of the medical image watermarking technique is dependent on what? This is the size of ROI and non-ROI, the region of interest and non-region of interest. So we should avoid it, not a dependent on ROI and non-ROI method. And most of the technique only detect the tempered area. You can see the lot of paper is available on detect the tempered area, but the problem is that how to correct it, how to correct this tempered area. Encryption compression solution with watermarking can resist various attacks, but the performance of encryption before compression, compression before encryption, and joint encryption and compression technique to gain in what? Computational cost. Obviously, when we apply more than one technique, is improving the cost, improving the security, and the storage space also. We need some suitable error correction code is required to reduce the channel noise distortion. In mobile environment, you know, mobile devices, watermarking for mobile devices. So optimized battery, memory, and bandwidth consumption are major issues while working with watermarking in mobile devices. Okay. hybrid of two or more transforms. Most of the researcher using more than two transforms. Soft computing and blockchain is used to enhance the performance. Okay. However, it increases the computational complexity. Suitable compression techniques for 2D and 3D objects are required for the higher embedding of secret information to reduce the storage and bandwidth demand. So watermarking during compression need to be investigated. A biometric-based watermarking could be used for owner verification. Most of the researcher using biometric with watermarking, but it required higher embedding cost. This is the capacity. Watermarking in cyber physical system are more complex. Most of researcher are using watermarking in cyber physical system. So it is more complex and also demand high security. Researcher need to trade off between this energy consumption, robustness and throughput when we are working in where physical layer watermarking. This is also a good area. You can choose it, and authors should develop common procedure and evaluation metric for optimizing the watermarking for internet traffic. So in addition to the medical domain, there are a lot of scope of this watermarking, and you can apply. Okay. Currently, I am the associate editor in 4 journals, IIT Image Processing, IEEE Access, Telecommunication System, Springer, and Journal of Intelligence System, this is the Degrooter, and former member of Multimedia Tools and Applications. So anybody, if you are interested to submit here, you can submit. And I am working in this area, multimedia data hiding. So anybody, if you are interested, you may join, please. Currently, I am managing some books. This is based on Internet of Multimedia Things, and this will published by the book series of Intelligent Data Centric System, Sensor Collected. So this is the Elsevier publisher. So it is open for submission. Anybody can submit. And prior to this, we have recently closed 3 special issues. One in Emerging Telecommunication Technology. This is the Wiley Journal, and 2 of the ASEAN transaction on internet technology and transaction on multimedia computing, communication and application. So anybody can try to work on this area, multimedia data hiding, and hope it will be very good area to develop some techniques, okay, in real life application. So I think this is done from my side. If you have any question, you can ask me.
Any questions from the participants? So thank you, Amit ji, for giving this wonderful lecture, and it was very important for the securing the medical data. If we have such type of lots of data in any hospital environment, and if any patient want to have to secure their data, then we have to use such type of techniques. So I think all the participants will learn lots of things related to this topic. Thank you, Amit.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
And I hope that you will share PPT with us, and we will provide your PPT and recording to the participants.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I finished my lecture earlier, so don't worry. If anybody can ask me something, you can directly contact me.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can I leave?
So, dear participants, yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
So, dear participants, this is over for today, and attendance links are also sent at the mid of the each session. and we also find the attendance on Google Meet. So there is no issue. Don't worry. We will compile all the attendance, and if anybody have some problem, then we will resolve it. So there is some net problem and other things. So today lecture is we have to continue all the lectures in series. So don't worry. Tomorrow onwards we will manage this, and we will get a break between the lectures. So thank you.